Hey there, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Fan, your ultimate destination for all things America's team. Whether you bleed blue and silver or are just starting to catch Cowboys fever, this is the place. If you are a die-hard fan, please make sure to subscribe for more latest news and updates of your favorite team. Ladies and gentlemen, buckle up because we have breaking news coming straight out of the NFL. The football world is absolutely buzzing right now as sources confirm that Dallas Cowboys quarterback Dak Prescott is on his way to the Cleveland Browns in a blockbuster trade that is sending shockwaves throughout the league. This move is one that nobody saw coming, and the ramifications are going to be absolutely massive, not just for the Cowboys and the Browns, but for the entire landscape of the NFL. Dak Prescott has been the face of the Dallas Cowboys since he took over as the starting quarterback in 2016. Over the years, he has established himself as one of the top quarterbacks in the league, leading the Cowboys to multiple playoff appearances, putting up some stellar numbers, and being the ultimate leader both on and off the field. But despite his success, there have been growing questions about his future in Dallas. Now, we finally have our answer, and it's one that has completely turned the NFL world upside down. Let's talk about the details of this trade. Reports indicate that the Cowboys and Browns have been in talks for weeks behind closed doors, keeping things extremely quiet to avoid any leak. The Browns, who have been desperate for a stable, elite quarterback to take them to the next level, saw an opportunity and made their move. According to inside sources, the Browns are sending a package of draft picks, including multiple first-round selections, as well as key players to Dallas in exchange for Dak Prescott. This is a move that shows Cleveland is all in on contending for a Super Bowl, and they believe Prescott is the missing piece to their championship puzzle. On the flip side, the Cowboys are making a move that is both shocking and controversial. Trading away their franchise quarterback is not something that happens every day, especially when that quarterback is still in his prime. But when you start to dig deeper, it starts to make a little more sense. The Cowboys have been dealing with salary cap issues, and Prescott's massive contract has been a major burden. By moving on from him, they not only free up significant cap space, but they also put themselves in a position to potentially reset at the quarterback position, whether that means drafting a young quarterback or rolling with a bridge option in the short term. The reaction from Cowboys fans has been a mix of shock, anger, and confusion. Many believe that Prescott was the guy to lead them to a Super Bowl and that this move is a step backward for the franchise. Others, however, believe that it was time for a change. After all, the Cowboys have struggled to get over the hump in the playoffs, and maybe a new direction was necessary. But no matter which side of the fence you're on, one thing is for sure, this is one of the most significant trades in Cowboys history, and it's going to be talked about for a long time. Meanwhile, Browns fans are absolutely ecstatic. They've been searching for an elite quarterback for decades, and they finally have one. Prescott instantly makes them a legitimate Super Bowl contender. Pairing him with a strong roster that includes playmakers on offense and a solid defense means that the Browns are officially a team to watch. Head coach Kevin Stefanski now has the kind of quarterback he's been dreaming of, and with Prescott under center, the expectations in Cleveland just skyrocketed. One of the biggest questions now is how this trade affects the rest of the league. First and foremost, the NFC East just got a whole lot more interesting. With Prescott out of the picture, the division is now wide open. The Eagles, Giants, and Commanders all have to be looking at this situation and thinking they have a better shot at taking control of the division. The Cowboys, without Prescott, have to find a new leader at quarterback, and depending on who they bring in, their status as a top contender could take a major hit. For the Browns, this trade completely changes the balance of power in the AFC. The AFC is already stacked with elite quarterbacks, and now you add Prescott to the mix. Patrick Mahomes, Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, and now Dak Prescott? The battle for AFC supremacy is going to be absolutely insane. The Browns have been on the verge of being a true contender for a while now, and this move might be what finally pushes them over the edge. But let's not forget about the ripple effects this trade could have across the league. Other teams that were in the market for a quarterback are now going to have to shift their focus. Teams like the Jets, Falcons, and Buccaneers, who might have been hoping to make a move for a veteran QB, now have to look elsewhere. Not to mention, the NFL draft could be impacted in a big way. If the Cowboys decide to target a quarterback in the draft, that could shake up the entire draft order and force other teams to adjust their plans. From a financial standpoint, this trade is also a game changer. Prescott's contract situation has been a hot topic for years, and now the Browns are taking on that massive deal. However, it appears that Cleveland is more than willing to make it work, knowing that elite quarterbacks don't come around often. It will be interesting to see how they structure things moving forward to keep their roster competitive while handling Prescott's contract. As for Dak himself, this is going to be a huge transition. He's been the face of the Cowboys for years, and now he's stepping into a brand new situation in Cleveland. But if there's one thing we know about Prescott, it's that he's a true professional and a leader. He's going to embrace this challenge head-on, and don't be surprised if he comes out with a chip on his shoulder, ready to prove to the world that he can lead the Browns to a championship. So what happens next? Well, the Cowboys will now have to answer the biggest question of all: who is their next quarterback? Do they have a plan in place? Will they go after a veteran, or are they setting up to make a big move in the draft? That's going to be something to watch in the coming weeks. For the Browns, it's all about getting Prescott up to speed and building chemistry with his new teammates. Training camp is going to be must-watch television as Prescott adjusts to his new team. This trade is, without a doubt, one of the most shocking moves in recent memory, and the implications are going to be felt for years to come. Whether you're a Cowboys fan, a Browns fan, or just an NFL fan in general, this is the kind of move that changes the entire league. We're going to be breaking down every angle of this trade in the coming days, analyzing what it means for both teams, the players involved, and the future of the NFL. Let us know what you think about this shocking trade in the comments. Do you think the Cowboys made a mistake by moving on from Prescott? Or do you believe it was the right time for a change? And for the Browns fans out there, how excited are you to have Prescott as your new quarterback? Hit that like button if you're pumped up for what's ahead, subscribe for more breaking NFL news, and stay tuned because this offseason is already off to a wild start.